Josh and Caleb.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are back in the library. We're going to do another collection within the collection. If my shirt did not give it away, or the title, or the thumbnail, we are looking at my Joe Dante collection. I believe I have every film he directed except like his first few, like Hollywood Boulevard and maybe something else. I'm sure I'm missing a few. Not a complete collection, but it's very close to a complete collection as far as directing. Now, he did a bunch of shows. I don't have all those. Because you would have to buy the entire show, which I probably could. I may do that for Dry Dip. But before we dive into the movies and shows, if you did not know, he also directed the segment for the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. I'll put a couple of pictures there. Just found it. There's a clip on YouTube. I just typed in Tower of Terror Joe Dante, and it's like a 3-minute clip about how he directed it. But I also have the poster. They used to sell these back in the day when it was MGM Studios. How cool is this poster? I got it when I was really young, like 12, 13, somewhere in there. Before the movie, or right when the movie came out, I don't know exactly. But yeah. Joe Dante directed the Tower of Terror's, the pre-show for the attraction. Fun little fact for you. So let's dive right in, now that we've gotten that little factoid out of the way. Just thought it was cool. I never knew that until like, I don't know, like 5, 6 years ago. I was looking at his filmography and it said Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. I'm like, what? So anyway, I tell everybody that I ride with who does not know. He did some episodes of Police Squad with Leslie Nielsen. This was like the precursor to Naked Gun, I believe. I think this... Yeah, who gave us other classics? Or maybe it's its own thing, I don't know. I think it was like a precursor though. He also directed some episodes for the 80s incarnation of the Twilight Zone, along with the movie later. He also, I believe he produced and then directed some of these episodes for Erie, Indiana, a great classic Nickelodeon show. Used to watch this back in the day. Got this from Down to Movie when he got a whole bunch of cool stuff, including the sleepaway camp right behind me there. So that's cool. Then he did 2 episodes of Masters of Horror. One is individual because it's season 2. And they only released the complete season 1. The Screwfly Solution I could not tell you much about this movie. uh, it has been a long time since I've watched that. And they did an episode in season 1 called Homecoming. Maybe a focus. Let's see, where's that? Oh, right here. I believe that's a zombie movie about zombie soldiers. Again, it's been so long since I've seen these. I believe I'm correct, though. Tell me down below in the comments if I am, in fact, correct. I believe I am. Then he was in Search of Darkness 1 and 2, all about 80s horror, which, you know, he had a little bit to do with The Howling and Gremlins and such. So yeah, he's in these two. He was also in Search of Tomorrow, which was the sci-fi version of this documentary, which I do not have. Need to put that on my wish list, though. Talk all about Star Wars, Back to the Future, all the good sci-fi stuff. Speaking of good documentaries, though, the Frankenstein Complex. This was all about practical effects. Joe Dante, Gremlins, obviously. Then Rick Baker, one of the creature designers. Guillermo del Toro. Kevin Smith for Dogma. Is there many prosthetics in Dogma? I don't know. Then Dennis Muren, who was head of I.M., I believe, at one point. He talks about Terminator 2, so a lot of cool stuff about practical effects. That's a good one. You can only get if you have a region-free DVD/Blu-ray player, because this is region 2. Then he did a segment for Trapped Ashes. Well, he directed the beginning and the ending. So, not the 5 tales, but he directed the start of the movie and the end of the movie. Yeah. Drawing a blank there. Sean Cunningham also directed, who's the director of Friday the 13th. Decent little horror film, like an anthology thing. Same with this, Nightmare Cinema. I could not tell you which one he directed. Where is it? Yeah, he's on here, but again, I would have to look it up. Directed by Joe Dante, Gremlins, right there. I haven't seen it since I bought it. They produced a couple films. The Phantom, classic. Really enjoy this movie. Some 90s goodness. Billy Zane, whatever happened to that guy? I saw him at a con in Pennsylvania once. Has he been anything since? I don't know. I mean, like the 2010s or 2020s. I don't remember. I'm sure he has. They produced Camp Colebrook, which is actually pretty decent. A cool little horror movie with Chad Michael Murray and Daniel Harris, who I have met. I've met Daniel Harris. And the director, Andy Palmer, actually commented on my post on Instagram a few years ago. I was watching this, and he commented, told me a little bit behind the scenes. That's cool if you're watching Andy. I think I don't know what his name on Instagram is. Anyway, it's been years ago now. uh, 2019 when I got it. So, yep, that's a cool one. Way better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I like anything with Daniel Harrison, so kind of a win-win. Then this is probably his worst movie, if I had to pick. Again, I have not seen it in a long time. That is Burying the X. Some decent names in there. Anton Yelchin, rest in peace. He was in, what's that movie? The Green Room with Patrick Stewart. I think that's what it's called. He was also in Star Trek. And Alexandra, that girl from Baywatch. I know her. So, again, some decent names. It's like a zombie movie, kind of. If I can get this to focus. And, you know, RLJ/Image Entertainment did. I enjoy most of their movies. I mean, Joe Dante's done a lot of pretty decent films, so for this to be his worst, or, well, that's a TV movie, so it doesn't really count, but, you know, again, I should probably watch it before, you know, but it is, so we'll just go with that. This is a TV movie he did, the Second Civil War, like a drama type thing. Again, I need to do like a Joe Dante marathon, because his top 5 I've watched a bunch, but then as you go down the filmography, I have not watched recently, so. Decent cast, including Darth Vader himself, James Earl Jones. Well, one of the people, I should say, who's Darth Vader. Then he also did Piranha, which is like a spoof slash... I mean, it's a spoof, but it becomes its own thing. It's a spoof of Jaws, but it's also its own thing. And it works for me, you know. Upgraded this a while back. Shout Factory. Had on VHS for the longest time. If you didn't know, James Cameron did the sequel, Piranha 2: The Spawning. They both starred with Roger Corman. If you did not know that, I'm sure you did. Then a fun little film, Inner Space. Need to upgrade this at some point. Great movie. Need to revisit again. Marathon time. This one I do love, Looney Tunes Back in Action. It also has a cameo with Matthew Lillard and Scooby-Doo, so a little biased as well. Jenna Elfman is in it, who I've actually met. So yeah, Looney Tunes Back in Action. He also directed a segment of the Twilight Zone, the movie, and I believe his segment is indeed the best, with the cartoon kid who can control people. Great segment. I think it's the best. Besides the segments that begin and end the film with Dan Aykroyd, but John Landis did those, I believe. So great, love that one. Great sci-fi. Then he also directed Matinee, which I believe is a movie about William Castle. I could be wrong. I think it's like a semi-biopic about William Castle. I'm probably wrong. But I think I remember hearing that back in the day. Uh, it doesn't say William Castle, but it's a. He has his own name in the movie, but I think it was based on William Castle. Tell me if you know. Matinee, great movie. Check it out if you haven't seen it. And then one a lot of people really overlook, and that is The Hole, or Hole 3D, as you might have known it when it came out. I got this at Paradise Video, which was a video rental place we used to have. Was this 2012? Yeah. Fun little, like, kids horror. Bruce Stern is in it, which adds to it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It was worth a watch at least. I really enjoy this. In fact, I will watch it right now. I saw it in 3D in theaters though, so could be like Avatar. You know, a lot of people don't like that, but I have fond memories of seeing it IMAX 3D, so it probably doesn't hold up if I were to watch it again, but maybe the same with Ho. But anyway, moving on. The Howling. This is the collection. Comes with 6 movies. Is there more? Well, I have Howling Reborn also, so there's 7, but Joe Dante only did the first one. The rest range from really bad to somewhat good to okay. I couldn't tell you which is my favorite. Maybe 3. That's an interesting one. They're all really cheesy and they don't take themselves too seriously, so, you know, but obviously the first one Joe Dante did is a classic. A tour de force of practical effects. Rob Bottin, who did The Thing, started doing this, or did he finish? I think he started The Howling and then had to go do The Thing. I could, again, I'm just going off memory, I could be wrong. So, the behind the scenes on Howling. Yeah. So, then a double pack of Explorers and Small Soldiers. Now, I'm not the biggest Explorers fan. I enjoy it, of course. I grew up. Rob Bottin also did the. Well, you probably can't see it, but that's Rob Bottin there. Also did the special makeup effects for Explorers. That's a cool little factoid I did not know. I enjoy it. River Phoenix, Ethan Hawke were both really young when they did this. Who's the other guy in it? Does not say. Music by Jerry Goldsmith, but Small Soldiers was my movie now. We had all the action well, Caleb still has all the action figures. This light is, gotta fix that. He still has the action figures. Great movie. It's kind of like a spin-off of Gremlins, except it's with toys. So, I really love Small Soldiers. Watched it a whole bunch as a kid. Kirsten Dunst is in it, a young Kirsten Dunst. And Ted Elliott and Terry Russo wrote it, and they wrote Pirates. Well, the first 3, I think they wrote the first 3. So, little bonus fact for you. Love Small Soldiers. We're getting down to the end. triple feature. Obviously, Joe Dante did not direct Goonies. That was Richard Donner. But he did direct Gremlins 1 and 2. Comes in this triple feature. I would like to have him, Goonies by itself and then Gremlins 1, 2. But it is what it is. Really enjoy the Gremlins movies. 2's pretty on par with 1, at least for me. It's fun. A lot of fun. It's a little funnier than 1. 1 goes more for horror. 2 is more like horror comedy. Really like 2. Gotta have a marathon. Gotta do it. And then obviously the shirt I'm wearing, his best film he's ever directed, don't care what you say, The Burbs. Love this movie. I don't know why so many people hate this. They really do. Just, it's 80s movie, 89, so around my time period, I was born 88, so, it's cheesy, yes, it's a mystery, yes, has a lot of cool elements. If you don't like it, that's fine. We all like and dislike certain things. Shameless plug, I did a review rewind on The Burbs. So, go check that out. So I can talk about some more if you are interested, if you like The Burbs. Alright, that's going to do it. Wow, 20 minutes. Did not think I would talk 20 minutes about Joe Dante. But, he did some cool stuff, including a Disney attraction. So, if you did not know that, he did. So, that is going to do it. Hope you have been enjoying my videos, my Barnes & Noble video, the Batman collection, all the videos that have come out. Alright, that's going to do it. I believe that's all I can talk about for Joe Dante. So that will do it. I'm Josh. New videos coming as always. Until then, if I don't see you out thrifting or at Walt Disney World, I will see you at the movies. Bye. Seriously, go watch Burbs. Bye.